Hey you folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play RimWorld in Urist Town. And speaking of Urist Town, I've been playing some more Dwarf Fortress lately, and a thought has occurred to me. If there was alcohol in this game, and these colonists could get drunk, I think that might do wonders to their mood. I mean, they'd be able to deal with butchering up prisoners and selling them as slaves a lot easier if they were just completely out of their gourd. But we don't have that option, so for now we're just going to keep doing some growing. A lot of people have said maybe we should tune the priorities a lot. I mean, really, that's what these games are. Whatever you're playing, you know, Dwarf Fortress or this and that, the game does revolve heavily around tuning what goes on here. I think I really like having a lot of people on max growth at this time. I think it's going to be a big deal. Right now, they're still going to be busy doing a little bit of doctoring and wardening. Oh, some people have pointed out, even if I don't intend to keep a prisoner, having friendly chat on all the time is probably a good idea, just because it gives it such a friendly moodlet, or a positive moodlet, that will hopefully keep them in better shape and stop them from rampaging. So even if I don't want to do anything with them other than sell them or something like that, we'll do. Unfortunately, Gizmo is still suffering from the plague. I don't know why it says he's being untreated. We do have two excellent doctors, skill 6 and 6, both set to high priority doctoring. So I'm hoping, although Giraffe is one of my doctors and is doing that. What about Ella? What is Ella doing? Healing Gizmo. Okay, well at least Ella is doing something. Those are my two, Ella and Giraffe. Yep, alright. Ella, Font, Giraffe, Swallow, and Gizmo is unfortunately breaking the theme of having, you know, arguably animal-themed names. I just realized my volume was probably a little heavy on the background music there, just because of some leftover live stream settings. Just took it down a notch there, just because the game can get a little loud at times. So hopefully Gizmo will get properly treated. Who's doing wardening right now? We've got Gizmo is set as the primo warden, and Swallow is also set in there. He's going to prioritize growing, will also potentially do a little bit of wardening. And I think that's fine, especially right now. The problem is all the 3 people who are set to max growing have other important jobs going on right now. And Gizmo is the person who could be doing the wardening, but isn't. Yeah, I think keeping Swallow on primary growing is fine. We'll keep the wardening a little bit offline unless all the growing is done or Gizmo is back up and running. Certainly want to keep top priority on the doctoring. And again, I think one person top priority on the cooking is okay. Just because having those meals in place is actually quite important. So I'm not too worried about that. We are going to have to start looking at, tell me how long it'll last, at how long these meals would last. So I think this is going to have to start being a refrigeration zone. Let me check the stockpile. I think I've got everything set up properly. No, preferred storage, yes, but only for food. Cooked or otherwise. Tell you what, it'll start to be of critical importance, and we're going to go ahead and install our air conditioning in there to keep the room nice and cool. The other thing people pointed out, actually, hold on, maybe we'll do that instead. Yeah, a lot of people have said, or this room over here, where we've got the butchering table. Let's deconstruct that bed and stop using it for anything. We got a lot of bedrooms. They're small. Maybe we're starting to get a few people around just for the sake of argument. Let's go ahead. The steel royal bed is probably, or I don't know if it matters what material we use. A wooden royal bed will presumably make people happier than a regular bed. I'm just assuming here. Let's go and plop those down. We'll deconstruct that. This room here will turn into our food stockpile since it's already doing that just fine. So I will actually... I will delete this zone. I mean, we might still use the zone for something at some point, but for now, the important thing is that this room over here is going to be clear all, critical importance, meals and raw food will get stored there. And this will be an air-conditioned room so things will get chopped up, the raw meat will sit around over here automatically. And then the meals after they're cooked can get put back over here and just stay refrigerated. That way both the raw food that just sits on the ground after something is butchered and the meals will be nicely air conditioned. So get the cooler going. We got to rotate it around that way. Right now it's temperature in here, 13 degrees. So yeah, things will eventually spoil. How come I'm not getting it's rotting on my mouse over? Is it because there's too many stuff in one pile? Normally it would tell me how long I've got for any of this stuff. But yeah, we'll have to get the air conditioner. You're going to go rest. Tell you what, why don't you go and work on the cooling first as a top priority before you go to sleep. I know you want to do a lot of things. Prioritize that again. Actually get it built. Giraffe's birthday! She just turned 37. Well, congratulations, Giraffe. That bed is supposed to get taken apart. And we're going to go ahead and drop the temperature down to 4 degrees is the standard temperature for a refrigerator. We could also freeze things. We'll have to play it by ear. And apparently we don't have power over there. Indeed, we do not. Actually, shouldn't it be able to reach? Oh, you know what? This actually might need power literally wired directly to it. In fact, that's exactly what it appears to be the case. A lot of people have level 2 construction, so hopefully that gets done soon. Giraffe, why don't you go ahead and prioritize power conduiting. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. I could actually set her priority a little higher for that. And then prioritize deconstructing this bed so no one goes to sleep in this room. Now the air conditioning is working and it's nice and chill. Meat is still rotting right now. Let's actually go ahead and drop it to slightly below freezing. We'll make it a freezer. I don't know what temperature a freezer usually maintains at. Obviously, you know, below 0. So it's below freezing, but you know, if you have a freezer in your refrigerator, or even one of those big chest deep freezers, how does that work? I don't know. I'm gonna try to recruit some people. Temperature is below freezing at this point. Meat is still considered to be rotting at this time. Frozen won't spoil. I think that's the way to go. Most of our people should be dressed relatively warm. Let's check to make sure we've got a parka. Parka. You don't have a parka. You do have power armor, though, which is quite good. You have a parka kicking around? Yeah, let's go and equip that. Sorry to interrupt your rest again, Swallow. My apologies. We got a few plants going on there. Lots of hauling left to be done. Gizmo is up and running again. Gizmo doesn't have a hat. Why don't we go ahead and give you a helmet? How's your health? You have developed immunity to the plague. Alright, I don't think it's spread too much. A Glitter World surgeon from Bliss's Mountain is passing by. Do we go and capture this character? Half decent thoughts, or half decent traits. Can't do anything scary, which means no putting out fire. And psychically sensitive. Glitter World surgeon. Got the artistic stuff. Now we'll let her be. I am going to look into grabbing single people. Single individuals when it comes up. But not at this time. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our thoughts. For example, Ella over here. Certainly suffering from ugly environments, some cramped environments for the sleeping. But that's okay. We could put someone on very high cleaning duty at this point. Oh, we actually have some people on relatively high cleaning duty. But what do we want to do for the growing? Growing is important. So we could just make sure that everyone has like one real level 1 priority. I'm not going to count doctoring in there since it's so circumstantial. And hauling is good. But what I could do, say with these two, we've got cooking as well. I still like having cooking quite high, and then you go in to do the hunting if you've got it. So if you've got any raw food, it'll get cooked, then you'll hunt. If you don't have any of that going on, why don't you haul? And then Ella, if you've got no doctoring to do and no growing to do, just go ahead and clean, because this place is a disaster. Whoa! Apparently crematoriums can short circuit. Okay, I was wondering about this at some point when I was building. I was like, I wonder if you can. It's electrical. It could not. It doesn't make much sense to me to have a crematorium indoors, but on the other hand, I suppose we can just, we'll have a chimney or something. We'll go ahead and move you indoors. Are you in production? You are. And I think we've got enough slate blocks. We'll have sandstone or something when it finishes that. If I do that, I'm hoping that it doesn't block anything. There was something we didn't have enough of. Do we not have enough slate? I don't think we have enough of anything. So let me cancel you. We'll wait until that gets deconstructed. I could re-add a bill over here to make various stone blocks. We'll make an infinitude of them. It means we'd have to put someone on full-time crafting duty. Which may or may not be a good idea. Yo, Gizmo's a great crafter. So if you're not wardening, you can go and do some crafting and arting, and that is fine. You're going to get a meal. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. So Gizmo will mostly focus on producing those things. I'm okay with that. And how is the construction queue? Relatively high priority. Part of me is thinking we could make construction level 1 priority on everyone, just so that when I put something down, it'll get done right away. And we don't usually have that many things in the queue, so it might be fine. Kind of like that idea. Just when we do put something down to be constructed, you know, someone go and do it. Ideally, the better people. But it doesn't really matter too terribly much. Having high construction skills means you're a little bit faster at it, but the difference between a 4 and a 6 can't be that big. Could it? Sorry guys, I've got to pause for a second. I've actually got someone at the door. My bad. Alrighty, and we're back. Let's go ahead and keep going with the colony. So yeah, I'm generally happy with how things are going. We do have Bourne over here, who's relatively difficult to recruit, but we can get there eventually. A little bit of cabin fever and things, but hopefully he'll be taken care of. And really, I'm actually quite surprised that we haven't convinced Christian yet. He is a little upset about the filthy environment, which is a bit too bad. You're deconstructing. You're going to build a wall. Actually, that's not bad at all. I forgot that these walls weren't quite finished yet, and honestly, that's a pretty good use of your high-priority construction job. So we're going to have to be careful to not queue up too many construction things simultaneously, otherwise we'll stay too busy for too long, but these are legitimately relatively high-priority jobs. We actually could use a little bit of hauling. We actually have enough marble, I think, to make another marble crematorium. What was this one made of? Slate. Colonist needs bed. Oh, we recruited! We recruited Christian. Wonderful. We actually have beds that are queued up for being constructed, so once that happens, they will be constructed. I wonder if we should put lamps in here, just so that they don't flip out when they are sleeping. It might not be a bad idea. Individual lamps don't take a whole lot of power. So I think it's probably worthwhile doing that. Not the sun lamp. There we go, regular standing lamp. Just one per room. I don't know if it matters. I think they can walk through the lamps just fine. Anyway, we'll put it next to their beds. That's interesting. Sure, that works. There we go. Because I think even when they're asleep, the dark room bothers them. I might be wrong, though. Maybe I am wrong. Go ahead and cancel that. Especially since I keep talking about not putting up too many construction jobs. Getting those beds done are going to be good, especially since we cleared out a bed over here. That's the medical one, and then they've got the regular prisons over here. That's all going to be fine and suitable. It's taking a long time to deconstruct that. Failed to recruit. It's only 7% chance. It might take a really long time, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, let's, we do have a lot of marble, so let's try to go for the marble crematorium over there. I think it'll get done, assuming things ever get hauled over. So what are people doing? Deconstructing, building a power conduit to get the guns back online. We actually have guns queued up to be rebuilt. I'm not ashamed of completing that stuff ASAP. Hauling some wood, cutting some grass. Why? Oh, because I made a little growing zone over there. Yeah. Oh, and this finally got planted, cut apart and planted. Very, very good. And of course we've got a little bit of that as well. Oh no, we've got the ancient ship again. Okay, this is what hosed me last time. Now, we've gotten a lot of really, really good feedback about how to deal with this. Compared to the last time. Now, a big part of it will apparently be the mortars. Now, this circle is the minimum range. That's very helpful to know. So then they can fire basically anywhere else on the map. That is extremely important. The other thing is the psychic drone doesn't build up quite as fast as I was worried about, so we don't have to rush it. Unfortunately, this is all marsh, so I can't do any of the cheesy wall stuff. Not that I know if I would want to, because it is, you know, again, cheesy. They're like, oh, you wall it off, you throw in a bunch of grenades, yada, yada, yada. So that won't be an option. So I think what we're going to do is not panic right yet. We're certainly going to want to finish the defenses in our actual base first. We still have some turrets to put up. We're going to do that. I'm thinking we'll put up another EMP mortar, maybe in a separate location. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and queue that up now. We're going to start to find out if what kind of shortages we have for our goods. Yeah, I'm going to tuck in an EMP mortar. Why can't I put it there? Put it there. That should be far enough out of the way that it should hopefully be okay. Building needs power. How do you not have power there? Oh. Disconnections in our conduits. Fair enough. You're okay there. Yeah, you should be totally fine once that gets done. So I'm still happy that we've got the relatively high construction. We've also making meals, and they seem to be getting eaten relatively quick, so that's going to be alright too. Build up those guns. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And then we're just going to try long-range mortar shots to blow this up. And maybe, instead of focusing on finishing this off, we'll tap it once, and then we'll focus on killing the other goons, because it doesn't seem to spawn multiple waves, which is nice. Now, we might want to put the repair priority up a little bit higher. I don't know. It's tough to say. There's something to be said, especially now that we've got Christian, I forgot about, Undertaker, who's actually a very decent warden. Actually, better. Alright, just as good as Gizmo, but we can take the priority away completely from Swallow. Swallow's not bad, but these are going to be a little bit better. You actually have some growing skills, so we'll have you do that. Maybe we'll go ahead and make a growing a low priority job for everyone else. If there's nothing else going on, you can maybe do that. But Christian can be the warden plus the grower. Actually a pretty decent doctor as well. And I think that's going to be fine. Then we've got some high level hauling and cleaning. Of course, they won't do this until everything else is open. It might be worth bringing the construction on these guys down to a 2. That way they'll prioritize hauling and cleaning first. Since we do have 2 other constructors, she'll always construct first. I could even bring it down to a priority of 2, and she'll construct for anything else right now. I think that's all right. Hey, what? Just for the sake of argument, we'll leave Warden on there. Not that it's going to come up too terribly much. And I think that's going to be a pretty good use of their time. Lots of people sleeping, cleaning some rock rubble, which is going to be very, very useful. They'll need to rebuild this crematorium. I'm hoping that doesn't block the research lab. I don't think so. I think the research lab works here, and the crematorium will work here. Not that anyone's done any research in quite some time. Buildings need power. And my new guns need to be turned off. Alright. We're getting a thunderstorm, which might start a little bit of a fire somewhere. Will ultimately be okay. There's a lot of walking here. It might be worthwhile telling them to chop this tree. Oh, it's not big enough for a tree. I could flatten this area. I can't smooth floor. I'd have to build a floor. And it may actually be worthwhile doing. Ow! Need to be able to dig up the ground. So yeah, we could put some concrete here. Just so that when my people move in and out of the base, yeah, it sort of helps attackers too. But I walk in and out of these areas way more frequently than any attackers attack me. So I think it might be an actual good idea to just stop any trees from growing there whatsoever. Now I can't chop down the tree. Could I have said clear? Is clear an option? Plants? No. Plant will be completely removed. Ah, I can do it that way. So I could keep cutting plants, even though we can't chop down the trees. But I could do something like that to keep the area cleared. I think a little bit of floor is going to be okay. Although, here's the thing. That being said, we can't prioritize constructing this stuff right now. I will go ahead and cut that plant, though. Yeah, so there's harvest, and then there's cut plant, and then there's chop wood. I'm getting it now. A little bit more rest. Hopefully this thing will get built relatively soon. I could prioritize it. Christian is going to go and have a chat with Born. Okay, we might get another person. Graf is going to cook a meal. Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and work on the EMP mortar. We're still just at level 1 psychic drone, I assume. Ooh, need materials. So we're out of steel. Looks like Swallow... Okay, Swallow's going to go haul some. Do we have anyone with, like, a top priority mining? Yeah, that's relatively high. Repair first, then mine if we don't have any goods. You're the only one. You're the one with any real mining skill. Let's go ahead and bop that up. Bring your construction down by 1. I'm going to get Swallow to prioritize actually mining. And instead of hauling that piece, why don't you go ahead and actually chop, 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 chop. Then, Swallow's not a hauler. Alright. Prioritize mining a little bit more. Then as soon as you're done, I'm going to prioritize you to build the turret, which will actually cause you to grab one of these pieces of steel. Needs materials. Or not. Hello, you're clearing rock rubble. Why don't you come over here and haul the steel? And you're cooking a meal. Why don't you come over here and haul some more steel as well? We need a lot more of it. We'll let Swallow eat. So yeah, I'm really trying to wait until we've got this other turret up before I initiate the attack. Got a single cargo pilot. It's M! M from our first playthrough. Well, it's a different M. Great shooter, can't cook, and is nervous. Mental break threshold is a little higher. Capable of scary, cooking, or cleaning. I'm going to label you not a winner. Trade ship, bulk goods. Okay, that's never bad. Who's got our highest social right now? I think it's probably still Swallow. Oh, maybe not. 8, 9. I think, yeah, Gizmo and someone else will have a 9 probably. So we've got tons of muffalo leather, which I'm more or less okay to sell actually. I mean, yeah, we can craft things with it, but let's wait on that. We might want to purchase some food. We buy some extra blocks for quick construction, which isn't a terrible idea, actually. And berries are the cheapest. Probably not a bad idea, even though we do have our cooking going on. Make sure we've got a little bit of extra food. I'm going to feel safe doing something like that. Good enough. Mental break soon. Ella, why are you breaking? Psychic drone is still low. Oh, I think you're psychically sensitive, so you actually take bonus psychic drone, which is bad. And then there's, you know, environmental issues and other such nonsense. Observed rotting corpse. There's a bunch of rotting corpses over there. That might be part of it. Place configured to store it. Yeah, we could bury these, but mostly we have to get the crematorium up and running again, which it's mostly getting there. Prioritize constructing that. And then we have someone who's on full-time crafting duty, which should lead to that, although they may also just spend all their time making blocks. This is one job where someone with really high construction value would be good just because it takes so long to build. Christian, any chance you can work on that? Nope, need materials. You're gonna go have a chat with Bourne. I'll let you do it, I suppose. We got a warrior passing by. Oh, you're an uneducated worker, though. You'd probably be hard to convert. Can't social. You're optimist. Slothful is a lot less... Yeah. Melee skills is not something that's particularly attractive. We've got some power armor kicking around. Does anyone not have any armor whatsoever? You've got an armor vest. Armor vest. You, Christian, you don't even have like a shirt. Why don't you wear a parka? And you've got pants, but you don't have an actual shirt. Not that I think we have one. That's tribal wear. Ah, here we go. Swallow doesn't have any body armor. Go ahead and wear the power armor then. Yeah, everyone's got at least an armor vest now. Good enough. Hopefully the psychic drone is still low. Cooking a simple meal. All that. We should turn the hauling up a lot higher and a lot more people. Here, everyone get hauling right now. Still other things they might do first, but that's okay. And on our mining, really just bulk out the mining. Ella should be mining all the time right now. As long as there's any mining designated, she'll do the mining. That's, who did I say? I said Ella, but I meant Swallow. Swallow is sleeping right now, but is now going to go and mine. Everyone's set to maximum haulage, so the mining stuff should actually get hauled over here. You don't have power? Really? Oh, we're actually missing a little bit. What I can do is put a little redundant power line over here too, which is probably a great idea. Redundancy is very, very good for these types of things. We've got some more digging going on there. How's the actual psychic drone going? Let's take a look at Swallow. Is it still low? It's still low. So still feeling not terribly rushed. Just good. A lore keeper. I keep trying to like give me another person. Again, it's another primitive person though. With totally fine stats, I will say this. We can afford to aggro the primitives again. Okay, take someone with decent combat skills. Giraffe, over here. You are going to be recruited. You're going to go in and arrest Borba. We're going to make our way back up to 2 prisoners. The ancient structures emitted a psychic pulse driven nearby animals mad. Really? Wait, that's helpful. Urgo is now my enemy. But if they attack me en masse, I'll probably grab a bunch of damaged people that I can then instantly release. Hopefully you're not too hard to recruit. We're going to take a look at you once we get you in here. Orba, prisoner. 80%. Not too bad, actually. We'll try to recruit. If you get sick, you can get medicine. It's fine, and mostly we'll just friendly chat you a whole bunch. Alright. Oh, giraffe. You can be... Yeah. You can be undrafted. Everyone's going to go rest because it is night. I suppose you can start working on that mortar a little bit, can you? Because I would appreciate that very much. I realize you're tired. You're not that tired. 8 off ground. We'll observe a rotting corpse. Is that... There's a corpse right over here, isn't there? Dead muffalo. Hello. Hauling potatoes to the stockpile is pretty good, but I don't suppose... Oh, add bill. Cremate corpse. Forever. If we've got one, cremate. Yeah, so they're all rotting corpses. So people will get this done. I think it's a crafting job. Craft ship is now emitting more powerful. Okay. We're now on our level 2 medium. So, Christian. Not a constructor. Ella. Complete the mortar. Oh, Engineer's Desert. They're going to... This is actually really bad because they're going to attack while I'm suffering from massive psychic droning. If anything bad happens to my people, including, say, just seeing a whole lot of dead bodies, I might have people snap. Tell you what, can I... My regular mortar... Set a... Where are they? They're down here somewhere, aren't they? Oh, sure they were down here. Oh, they're up here. Set a force target of that general area. And if I recruit Giraffe and get you to man the mortar. Any chance we can just preemptively blow the crap out of these guys? Alright, so there's some accuracy things, clearly. Probably distance plays a part in it. But if we can take some extra shots at these guys early on... Oh, wow, it fires every 30 seconds. It's pretty goddamn slow. Failed to recruit Born. Okay, speed up. Fast forward. Alright. Any chance we get a hit this time? Nice! Huge damage. Look at Tail. His health is like non-existent over here. Shredded body bits. Okay, well, I'm feeling relatively confident. I still want to get that second EMP going on. Minor plague level, which is good. You're hauling steel to sandbags. Do I still have sandbags queued up in there? Don't do that. Prioritize this. I'm actually going to cancel those sandbag jobs. I didn't realize that was going on. Alright, well, we're going to put a cut in this video. Mental break imminent because you're probably seeing terrible stuff, Ella. Right? The psychic drone. Yeah. It's a big problem. Slept in the heat. How hot is it in here? 24 degrees. And in the hallway, we've got 24 as well. Let's go ahead and try to drop the hallway temperatures a little bit. I'm trying to avoid putting air conditioners in their bedrooms directly, but if the hallway's a little cooler, it should hopefully be okay. We might need a second air conditioner. We'll see how it goes. But for now, we got to put a cut in here. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.